We're speaking to Anthony Mifsud, the senior quarterback for the Hillsdale College Chargers. Anthony, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for being here, and congratulations on the season so far. A 4-1 start to the year, and you at the helm, kind of running the show a little bit. Offense, defense, everything kind of working together this week, and you guys had to feel real good about the effort that you were able to feature against Northern Michigan on Saturday.
Oh yeah, definitely. Every time that we can work in all aspects of the game like that and have success, it's fun. And some of the reasons why you play football and prepare so you can go out and perform like that.
You know, it's such a patient attack on Saturday. Just grinding out the clock with the run. And then every once in a while, you get to take a shot too. Is that kind of the philosophy to just control the game on the offensive end, using that clock and being able to change tempo and go for a big play when you need to?
Yeah. Most of what we do on offense is trying to get ourselves into down and distances that are manageable. So if we get positive plays, positive yards on first down, and it's second and short or second and medium, then we can go ahead and maybe try something down the field, and that still puts us in third and manageable if that doesn't work. But if we need to gain more yards to put us in a better situation come third down, that's what we'll do. And I think that's why you see a lot of what you would call the patient attack and grinding it out on first and second down, kind of setting ourselves up if we do get into third down, so it's in a distance where we're able to get it.
Anthony, your story at Hillsdale College is an interesting one. You came in obviously hoping to get that quarterback position. You played behind a great quarterback in Troy Weatherhead for a couple of seasons. In 2010, you actually were a starting wide receiver for the team and made quite a few plays during that year at the receiver position. What was it like for you, coming in as a quarterback to make that decision to go outside and play some receiver for the Chargers that year?
Well, it was different. It was the first time I had played receiver, but after being on the sideline a couple of years, kind of learning, I was really eager to get on the field. So when the coaches presented me with that opportunity to see some playing time at receiver, I was excited about it, and I prepared for that, and it was actually a lot of fun. Playing receiver is a lot different than playing quarterback, and I had a lot of fun doing it, but it also made me appreciate playing quarterback a little, and I'm glad to be back there now.
Yeah, for sure. And then last year, coming into the year, kind of a position battle. You and Matt Bryan, who was going to be a senior, who had paid his dues too. I know he wanted a crack at that position as well. And you were able to emerge as a starter last year. Obviously, you and Matt were friends and all the rest of it. What was that like, being in that competition to try to win that spot over the summer and camp last year?
Well, even starting in the spring before that season, and then like you said, in the summer and building up into early camp, it was almost a blessing to have that competition. I think for the both of us, knowing that every day we each had to bring our best if we wanted to win that position, and I think we did a great job battling it out for that position. And a couple weeks before the first game, Coach, we decided that I was going to be the quarterback, and Matt would be the backup, and Matt did a great job of supporting me and helping me out, especially being a year older and having another year under his belt. He helped me with game planning and things, so I was comfortable out there, and I was very thankful for his great attitude for that and all the help he gave me.
It's so tough too because he's a competitor. I mean, he came in with some quite a resume himself. And I remember at the banquet last year when it was his turn to talk, he started off by saying, "Hey, I'm not bitter." He took it in stride and still found an important part of this team. And we talked to Coach Otterbein about all this all the time. You guys really are a team. He says in that locker room, it is not everybody for himself. It truly is a group of guys committed to each other, isn't it?
It is, and it's great. I love being in the locker room with the guys when things are going great and when things are going bad, because it's really how close we are is great support for when things aren't going well. They'll be there to get you, and they're right there by your side when things are going well. So it's really great to have such a good group of guys to have as teammates.
We're talking to Anthony Mifsud, the quarterback of the Hillsdale College Chargers, 4-1, going to take on the national runners-up, the Wayne State Warriors, Saturday with a game at noon. You start as a junior, 2011. You're all GLIAC honorable mention. You look at some of the stats that you compiled over the year. The sixth most passing yards in a single season in school history, 206 completions, the fifth most in school history. You threw for 66% on your passes during your junior year. You put up some pretty gaudy numbers in a season where your team won an outright GLIAC championship. How satisfying was that junior year for you as the quarterback of the Chargers?
It was very satisfying. One of the biggest things was the amount of close games that we were able to come out on top, and just being able to compete week after week. And we were doing those things, taking it week by week, and then at the end of the season, it came out, like you said, we were the league champs, which was great. And then, like you said, all those stats come, but that's kind of not what we think about week by week. It just happened from all those close games and just competing, and that's what makes football really fun.
Talk about your family. I mean, your dad, Dave, played at Hillsdale College, won a national title back in 1985. Your brother, CJ, is on the roster, a young quarterback on this Chargers team. What about the Mifsud boys, if you will, and their connection to Hillsdale College football, and what it's like to have your dad and brother involved?
Oh, I think it's real special, and it means a lot for me for my dad to be able to come back and watch the games every week, and knowing that he used to represent the college in the same way, in the same team. And with my brother being a backup quarterback, it's great. We spend a ton of time together, and then it's such a help to have him in the off season to prepare, working out, getting throws, and it's fun every Saturday to have the whole group.
Yeah, no doubt. You look at the year this year, obviously 4-1, the loss on the road to Cal PA, but running the table since then with one blowout win after another. So far this year, you're throwing for a 68% percentage, 12 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. You've rushed for a bunch of yardage as well. Just talk about the season so far, approaching that halfway point, both personally and as a team. Where are you as a quarterback this year? Where have you improved from last year as you look at your game overall this year?
Wow, saying we're approaching halfway, it's kind of scary. It's going quick, but I feel real comfortable out there playing quarterback, especially with the year under my belt. And we have great coaches that prepare us, and one of the things I think that's helping me is I'm doing a better job this year of preparing, knowing what I'm going to see, and visualizing what's going to happen on the field. So I think that's really helped me. And as a team, like you said, we didn't want to lose that first game, but since then we kind of been on a roll, and kind of trying to do what we do, and we're taking it 1 week at a time. And like I was saying earlier, we're just trying to compete every week and see if we can come out on top, and we just hope good things keep happening.
What about when you go out there on the field and the confidence with which you and your teammates take that field is impressive to me as a fan of the game. You are in complete command of what you guys want to do offensively, and it's so obvious to all of the fans and the people who love the game. The degree of confidence that you're featuring right now with those weapons, with a Cam White, with a Joe Glendenning, with an Andrew Mott and a Nick Chappell outside, you just seem to be playing the game with some real special confidence right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit that right on the head that with all the weapons we have, and we all know what we can accomplish offensively and as a team. And like I was saying earlier, all those close games last year really put that mindset into all of us that when it comes down to crunch time, we can get it done. And when we go out there on the field, we know we're going to be doing the things that we've done every day in practice and the plays that we've run so many times that there's a certain comfort level that brings that confidence to all of us. And then the young guys get in there and they kind of just grasp that too and feed off the older guys who have been there. And so as a unit, I think we go out there and we know what we want to do, and we're confident that we're going to do it.
You talked about the coaching, and I think it's interesting because you and Troy are very different quarterbacks. You like to run the play-action game and then get out in space and run a bootleg and use your legs a little bit to get into your comfort zone, whereas Troy was more of a drop-back passer. Just the way that this coaching staff, Keith Otterbein and his whole team, have been able to customize what they do offensively for your skill set, that's got to give you a lot of confidence also, doesn't it?
It does, and I know going in every week that Coach is going to call the plays that are going to give us the best chance to be successful, and I know that he's going to make those decisions based on the weapons we have, and down to me in particular, I know he's going to call a play that he knows that I'm confident with, so that we're able to go out there and be successful.
What's it like when Anthony Mifsud, the quarterback of the Chargers, what's it like when you run a play-action fake to Joe and you start to roll out to the outside, and that one time in a million when there's a great defensive lineman standing right there to plow into you when you turn the corner, that's got to be a feeling. Do you ever get a panic when you run into that, or is it a situation where you've been there before and you're ready for it?
There is that element of surprise where, I mean, you can go over things in your head where you want everything to work out perfectly, but football's such a game of reaction and adjustment to what the opponent's doing. So when that happens, yeah, there's that element of surprise, but one of the important things, especially as a quarterback, is to stay calm and on the level head. So when that happens, what I think about is, okay, how can I get around them if I can't get rid of the football, and if I can't protect the football as I get hit?
Right.
And that's stuff we talk about in meetings and go over situations.
Joe's not a bad play-action weapon to have on the team, is he?
It's unbelievable how much of an asset having Joe, what that does for me as a quarterback, makes my life a whole lot easier.
Yeah, I can imagine. Everybody focusing on stopping that run and creating some opportunities for you. Looking forward to Saturday, I know you're early in your preparation week, but this Wayne State team has been really tough on Hillsdale, especially up there in Detroit. It's been a tough road to hoe up there sometimes at Warrior Stadium. Looking at the matchup this week, obviously they were the national runners-up last year. They come into the game 3-1 in the conference. You guys are 4-0. This is obviously a big game. What are you looking at as far as what to expect up there at Wayne State, and give our fans and listeners a little bit of insight into maybe just a touch of what you're planning for Wayne State in terms of game plan and preparation?
Well, we expect a physical, tough matchup with Wayne State, and we're pretty certain that that's what we'll get. And our battles with them the past few years have been tough battles, and we know we're going in there ready to play a full game of football, and maybe even extra. Like last year, the game went into double overtime, so we know that it's going to be a long, hard fight, and we're prepared to go in there and fight for the whole time. As far as game plan, they got real tough defense, and they like to blitz and they like to move around. So we've got a job this week of learning how to identify those, and especially my job to get us in good plays for what their defense is doing. And as far as game plan goes, we're going to run our typical Hillsdale style, try to get us into manageable down and distances, and see if we can't march the ball down the field and end up putting it in the end zone and get some points.
Yeah, no doubt. Lastly, Anthony Mifsud, the quarterback of the Chargers, obviously, Coach says it every year at the banquet. A lot of college football players feel like they're at the end when their career is over, but for Hillsdale College students, you're really just at the beginning of an incredible life in front of you. And when football is over for you, what's next for Anthony Mifsud? What's the next chapter look like for you? What do you plan on getting into?
Still trying to figure that out, Andy, but I'll graduate in May with an accounting degree, and I plan on going into public accounting. But I don't know how long I'll be able to stay away from football, whether it's trying to get involved with a high school team or maybe even with a little league team. I don't think I'll be able to stay away forever.
Yeah, you do a great job right behind center every Saturday. Anthony Mifsud, the quarterback of the Hillsdale Chargers. Anthony, thank you so much for the conversation. Good luck Saturday and the rest of the way.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks for having me on.